Good morning. This is Dee with Critical Break. Hope you're having a really lovely Sunday morning. Hopefully, you're relaxing and enjoying some peaceful moments. It hasn't been very peaceful here this morning, but I hope yours has been. Oh, goodness. Um, let's see. I did a live stream on Friday night and just did another live stream this morning. I kept getting that code 444 over and over again. And when I woke up this morning, it was the telepathy, get it up. So I got that up this morning, and some interesting things in that code. Adonai pointed me at the book of Enoch, and at that particular direction, and that code 444 seems to pertain to what's going to be occurring, and some of it is what has occurred. I kept getting, I should listen to my instant gut reflex instinct when it comes to certain people, but I do give the benefit of the doubt. Plus, myself included, we all suffer from this bizarre amnesia and trying to make sense of everything that's happening. So I got warnings. Well, my gut instinct, because like I said, there's quite a few people incarnated on the planet right now. There's a reason for that. And I think it has everything to do with what's getting ready or already starting to happen. So I was going to get into that a little bit today, and just me realizing I need to trust that gut instinct, that first impression thing. So, for most people, that first impression, people, just like me, try to give the benefit of the doubt. But in my case, where I read people as well as I do, I should listen to it. But some of the ones that are incarnated here, it's like I've always said, they knew we were coming. So I think there were strategic people incarnated at the same time to try to put a stop to something that is already a written history, basically. So the thing is, well, the virus that I talk about all the time, the evil, right now, it's in its death throes, and it is stopping at nothing to try to save itself. And the messages I'm getting is, I've told you all this, time's up, TikTok. And that particular battle I had with that horned being, it seems that Adonai's led me to the fact that that is something that was in prophecy about the Battle of Armageddon. Also, with the Battle of Armageddon, because Adonai has said, there is nothing that has been done that is beyond redemption. So he's basically put his hand out to the virus even. So they have a chance to redeem themselves. So I think you all are going to see a lot of interesting things coming up in the near future. If it's not, I mean, it's already occurring. I've been seeing some things that lead me to believe that the ones helping the virus on the planet are starting to jump ship, which is good. That's a good thing. Others are just going to turn on each other. I think you're going to be seeing a lot of that. Because, well, some of them are going to be fighting to remain in control. And you'll see others battling for what they perceive is some sort of possible win for them, because it will not have dawned upon them that time's up. So they're going to continue battling for position, not realizing that it's for nothing. So a lot's going on, and I think a lot more is going to be going on. I had some really interesting things happen. First of all, I keep getting the 444, and so much so that I'm being woke at 4:44 a.m. to make sure I see the clock at 4:44. So that's why I knew I had to get that up. That's one thing that's going on. The other thing that has been occurring is, and I hadn't mentioned it yet because I didn't know if it was pertinent or not, but when I step off my back patio over here and at night, there's been 2 or 3 occasions that I saw one of the, I've described the bat-like looking entities that are semi-translucent. I've seen them swoop down from my rooftop a couple of times now, 2 or 3. And last night I had the same thing happen, but it was a little bit different. This time, whatever it was swooped down from a light pole that's out here and then went over my head and up over the roof of the house. This one didn't look like the black batwing translucent beings. This one had feathers, or what appeared to be feathers, and it wasn't black. Not sure what was up with that. I guess we'll see. It's the best way to put that one. I also this morning stepped outside, probably around 5:20 or so this morning, and I had earlier when I first got up at 4:44 this morning, I had let the cat in, and then decided to step outside. He went with me, and it's hard to describe, but when he wants to go outside, he'll go up to the door and kind of put his paws on it. It makes a certain noise when he puts his paws on it because it's glass and metal. The door is one of the metal fire type doors, but it's got a black or a glass center cutout. And it makes a certain noise when he does that. Well, I stepped outside. The cat stepped outside with me. I shut the door and I started hearing the noise like the cat was still at the door wanting out. And I heard it a couple times and just kind of turned and looked around, looked behind me, and didn't see anything. And it kept going on. And then Ambrose, the kitty cat, he noticed it too. He actually went back up the steps and put his face in the corner of the door. Something was at the door. And I've had this little ghost kitty running around. I think I've mentioned it in some past videos, but it's a full pure white cat. And I'm guessing it wanted to go out with us. I opened the door so I could, because I'm like, what is going on? It sounded just like Ambrose was at the door wanting out. I opened the door, shut it, and the noise stopped. So I don't know. I didn't visually see anything, but I heard it. So did the cat. So that was kind of it's just been a weird morning, just weirdness going on. But I'm gonna see how you guys are doing. Good morning, Miss Karen, Sir Scotty, Sir My Sky, Miss Kim. How are you, Sir Steve? So good to see all of you, Sir Gerald. Hi, and Sir Scotty. It's good to see all you guys. Let's see if anybody. Sir My Sky. Let's see. Yeah, you don't feel like you could sell out humanity for a few bucks. I hear you. I hear you. But unfortunately, there are those on the planet that would do just that without even thinking, without even blinking an eye. Sir Gerald says he's seen a giant bat-like thing flying in the night sky once. Had a really long tail, too. Yep. It was the strangest sight you've seen, but interesting, right? Let's see. Sir Scotty says, I have a friend who said she visited me in the astral realm or something and said, I have an all-white cat that is there with me. That's interesting. I wonder what the significance of the white cat is. Might have to look that up. Not that it's terribly important, but yeah. Anyway, later, Miss Karen. But yeah, that 444 code, that was, I could see why they were pushing me to put it up. I'm just getting this urgency feeling, like it's important. It's hard to describe. Some of the code talked about a particular being that I've been warned about multiple times. It's the one that I'm kicking myself for not listening to my gut instinct in the first place. The thing that has been going on is there's others incarnated here. And one is bringing themselves, first of all, they say that their father is God. Well, let's see. Their father is claimed to be a Pleiadian from off planet. You know, in the books, it says that those that dwelt in the heavens were no longer satisfied with their place, and they came to Earth. And they weren't supposed to. So if somebody says they're from an ET race and they're here to save humanity, and they're from another planet that wasn't supposed to ever be here in the first place, what does that tell you? Sir Scotty, I don't know. I'm not very connected like that. I can't even meditate properly. You, oh, goodness. The only cool thing I can do lately is when I really get tired. Ah, yeah, the lucid area between wake and sleep. Yep. It is very trippy. Yes. Poke them with a stick, Sir Gerald. Well, I tend to be a bit better at wielding a sword than a stick, evidently. Miss Kim with the code 444 code Abaddon came up again. Yep, keeps coming up, doesn't it? Who claims to be Abaddon? You and I both know who that is, Miss Kim. Also claims to be from the Pleiades. They're not supposed to be here. Adonai basically has said too many players on the field and for all of them to get the you know what out. If they think that they can escape, they're sadly mistaken. I can tell you that. All the virus that thinks they can crawl into their little hidey holes that they've been digging, thinks they can escape. I have to say, nobody's going to escape this. What's coming? Basically, the impression that I am getting is there's been a new place prepared. That's what I'm getting. And just like, you know, they told me, I can't save them all. And it's not that I'm going to not try, because I'm still going to try. But there's so many of them are so fractured. They're not listening. They're not even listening. And even the ones you think are listening aren't listening. Um, well, Sir Scotty, the reason it feels so fake is because what was supposed to be here has been hijacked, and it's like an overlay has been done on top of what was supposed to be here. And that was done by visiting ET races that weren't supposed to be here in the first place. So that's why it feels so fake. And everything seems off and something's wrong. So, if you read the text, it spells out what happened about them having their own heavenly bodies to dwell in, basically, and they became unsatisfied. And they came down here and started dinking with the fledgling creators. You know, it talks about the eating from the tree of wisdom. And basically what it was is these angels, because lower level angels that populated other planets, came here and started teaching fledgling creators things that they weren't ready to know. And it's not that they weren't going to get to know, it's just they weren't ready to know those things yet. They needed to learn them in their own time. And they weren't supposed to come here at all in the first place. And it's like, and they not only taught them, the fledgling creators, things that they shouldn't have known, they taught them evil and fighting with weapons and things like that. Things that weren't ever supposed to be introduced. Made them feel, well, think about it this way. Society, the way things are set up, you watch, and this goes for the guys and the girls, for all of you. You're made to feel like you're inadequate. You're not enough. You don't look good enough. It's all about looks, isn't it? And just think about how much more that has been pushed on the public in the last 20 years. Good morning, Miss Seeley. So, especially the last 10 years, think about that. All these commercials for men and teaching them or making them think they're not enough. Well, your muscles aren't big enough. And the whole sexual pill stuff. You're not enough. And the girls with the hooker high heels and extreme quantities of makeup. I mean, I used to wear makeup, never like that, but I wore makeup. I don't anymore. But you're made to feel like you're not enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not manly enough. You're not. And all at the same time with the guys. With the guys in particular, they're almost taking what it means to be a man away. They've also done a bang-up job of wiping females from the Bible. Bang up job. The thing is, they're equally important. And the other thing is, you were always enough without all that. Always. And this system has, from the time you were little, told you you're not enough. You're not good enough. And the thing is, you are. You always were. Yes, you're right, Miss Seeley. This extreme, I don't know. It's hard to express it exactly. But you all were good enough just the way you were. Still are. They want you to feel like you're not. They're repressing you in every facet of life. Sir Scotty. uh, yeah. The they tried to make women think that only the most macho of men are worth the time of day. They tried to make women feel like they had to look a certain way. And it's very convoluted. The whole thing is so twisted and so backwards. And if when you truly connect with your real self, your inner true self, and you really make that connection, the energy that comes from you is much more alluring than any outside appearance could ever be, by a long shot. What do you think got those angels to come here in the first place? There was jealousy, envy, a lot of things going on there. Yeah. Yeah, they've really shortened up the attention spans. Have you noticed? Think about this. You look at the videos today with all the jump cuts in them. Those are designed for the very shortened attention spans. They're supposed to get your attention, and it does. It works. But that is a form of deception in my book. You're never going to see jump cuts here. Doesn't happen on my channel. Never will. The short attention spans of today are something to contend with for sure. Yeah, that really bugs me when I see somebody, talking, you can see all of a sudden they glitch because of the jump cuts. Oh, that just drives me insane personally, but I guess other people, it attracts their attention, so it keeps their attention. I don't know. I don't like it. It's more parlor tricks. You know what I mean? It's like, just be real. Just be real for once. It's it seems to be a hard thing to come by these days, doesn't it? Just being real. So, trying to think of what else I was going to talk about today. Oh, people have asked me about other channels, which ones are good, which ones are bad. I tell you what, I'll tell you which ones are good. Not that I'm always going to agree with them 100% on their take on things, but they have information to offer. Then there's others I just won't recommend at all because they're so full of the virus that any extra exposure to the virus at this point, I would try to keep that limited if you can. um, the There's so many that work for the virus that are doing their best to deceive everybody else. Think about this. If you were the virus and you wanted to keep and drag down as many people as you could because you're their food source, you are their food source in every way you can perceive. Wouldn't you do and stop at anything to keep them from leaving? That is indeed what's happening. You know, in the beginning, I was very gun ho and I was like, I can save them all. And now I've come to the realization that is not the case. And with more time that goes on and more of what I'm witnessing, even even ones that seem awake, I'm just not reaching them, and I'm trying to figure that out. Hopefully, I'll figure out a way around that. But at this point, I'm just like going, I was talking to a friend of mine this morning about that very thing. About they're not hearing what I'm telling them. They don't understand what's happening here, and a lot of the ones that are incarnated here to help that have been working on this for a while now, they're ready to throw their hands up and just give up and be done with the human race altogether. It's frustrating for me because I don't want to do that. I don't think we should do that. But I'm also seeing that the numbers are going to be few at this point, which is really sad because I really thought it was going to be a really huge number. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just battle fatigue on my part, you know? But it just seems like people aren't getting what I'm saying. Time's up, TikTok. They're not joking. I have a feeling it's soon. And I really don't know how much time we have. It's just not terribly long. So you need to connect with your inner true self, the little child, the innocence inside you, and try to keep and stay in connection. Bring that outward and stay in that as much as you can. The virus is going to do everything it can to keep you from achieving that. So Scotty says, if I watch regular TV, you get a headache immediately. And loud and obnoxious, yeah, it is. The cartoons of today totally trip me out. I've seen, some brief glimpses on YouTube of some of that stuff. There'll be like a little piece of it in somebody's video, and it's like, are you kidding me? Like I said, I haven't watched TVs since probably 2005 or so, and I haven't owned a TV in a while now. I had one that just sat there collecting dust. It was like, okay, I'm done dusting this thing. It's out of here. Um, let's see. I Miss Kim, I think people who are authentic are beautiful because that is the person's beautiful soul shining through. You can't beat that beauty. Yeah, it's everlasting. Yep. And they don't get how amazing they are because they've been, told you're not good enough looking, you're not pretty enough, you're not handsome enough. And they don't realize just if they saw through my eyes what I see, they would totally change their opinions about themselves. Some seem starstruck or love blind. I say your eyes are no good if you are mind blind. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, routine has a huge role in deception, fear of change. Yeah, a lot of people are scared to death of change. They've made you fear death, which isn't really death, which is a lie. They lie to you about death. They make you fear change because they teach you with repetition and do a routine every day. Same thing every day, day in, day out. And it makes you scared to do anything but that. Yeah, the energy is very intense lately. That's very true. But so much going on. And my battle feels very, very uphill right now to me. You know, I was, and this has happened more than once. Adonai has told me directly that I'm in jeopardy. And he's wanted me to seek some sort of protection on the earthly plane, the holodeck plane. And his warning was basically they could possibly do to you what they did to me. Shoot the messenger. It's a good way to put it. I was reminded of that again when I was standing outside this morning. And my biggest thought is, I don't care if that happens as long as I accomplish my mission, and that's saving the ones that can be. And it brought a tear to my eye just because, not because if I'm done here, I'm done here. That's okay. It's like I said, death is another lie. The thing that bothered me is not being able to reach as many as I wanted to. And that kind of brought a tear to my eye. So, and it's funny because while I was standing there kind of pouting, so to speak, Suddenly around the corner comes a hummingbird right up in my face, and then she darts off. I'm like, okay, okay, I get it, you know. Get my attention off of what I was thinking about. But yeah, hummingbird right up in the face. Haven't had that happen before. Well, not that hummingbirds haven't come right up to me, but the timing, and it was still fairly dark out when that happened. I didn't even know hummingbirds came out that early. But yeah, a single hummingbird just zoomed right up into the face and then darted off. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll quit, you know, spending too much time thinking about that. But if they didn't want me thinking about it, he shouldn't have been warning me. So, yeah, there's that, right? But yeah, the dragonflies were really crazy there for a while, and I had some kind of odd ones hanging about that made me go, hmm. But yeah, trying to think if there was anything else I was going to talk to you all about today. I wanted to keep it kind of brief and kind of just cover a whole broad thing, you know, because I covered some other things more in detail, like the 444 code. Um, the only thing is just when people come here, the importance that they understand that the time that they spend with themselves internally is of utmost importance right now. I can't stress that enough. And sharing the information with those that you love, because if something does indeed happen soon, they deserve to know and have a chance, you know, because I've got the feeling that some of us that have already done the work will get basically an instantaneous, you're here 1 minute and you're in a new place the next. Those that haven't done the I'm looking at the cat. He just went marching through. um, those that haven't done that will have a chance to do that work, but it's going to be under very difficult circumstances, I have a feeling. Then there's the others, the virus, that won't even get a chance to do that. Are you talking? Why don't you come here and say hi? Well, come here. He's standing here looking at me. Come here. Well, come here. Come here, buddy. You guys want to see the kitty? Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Oh, come here. Oh, you're such a big man. Oh, looky there. What are you doing, buddy? Hmm? What are you doing? Ambrose, the kitty cat. Yeah. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, he's purring. He's such a good boy. You hear him? Oh, his stomach's growling. Your stomach's making noises. Is that why you want out? I think he wants outside. Do you want to go outside? Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hi. You show him your pretty face? Oh, now he's going to go to sleep. Come here. Oh, hold him like a baby. He likes that. Don't you, buddy? You like to be held like a baby? Hmm? Yeah. He's a brat. Are you a brat? Free agent? Oh. Oh. We're gonna do we're gonna knead on me now. Is that what we're gonna do? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh goodness. Do you want to go outside? You don't care right now, do you? This is oh yeah, there we go with the nails on the chin. Oh, 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 in the neck. What are you doing? Hmm? You say hi to everybody? Yeah. Oh, give me just a second, you guys. I'm gonna put him out real quick, okay? Give me just a minute. You ready to go outside? Let's go outside. Come on. Oh, oh, you're so heavy. Wanna go outside? Yeah. Okay. There you go. There you go, buddy. You good? That is one spoiled kitty cat. He's so spoiled. He's rotten. My child keeps going in and out of realities. It's freaking them out. I said they were Doctor Who, Time Lord. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's over a year old now. He showed up here September last year, and he was probably 13 to 16 weeks old, approximate, when he showed up here. So he's a little over a year now. And he got injured in March, broke his leg in 2 places. And now he's like it never happened. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to cover today. Let me look here. Oh, I don't think there is. I think that was all I was going to cover today. I will get back to the other codes I haven't posted yet, especially since I got pushed really hard about getting the 444 up. There was a lot of interesting things in there. I talked a little bit about all the different sons of God and tried to explain to you all that there's multiple gods in there. There's multiple sons of God in there. There's multiple Satans in there. So I'm hoping it kind of helps people understand what's going on there and why I never personally met anybody named Jesus. I've got Adonai here. He incarnates as Emmanuel. So, and then you also, you look at the text and it says that Jesus is the rising sun, but it also says that Lucifer is the rising sun. Gotta ask why. You know, it's just like the thing with Moses. People didn't question the doctrine that the churches were giving out about Moses, yet I showed you definitive proof he has horns. And the line that leads to has everything to do with the Vatican. And the upper parts of the government and the Vatican all know this. They all know there's multiple gods listed, there's multiple Satans, multiple everything. They know this. That's why they have the upper hand on all of you, because they've kept you stupid and telling you lies. It's how the virus works. Hello, sir. Next. It's good to see you. Miss Tamu, hi. But yeah, it's just, there's been so many things done to you by the virus. It's making my job really difficult. I knew it was going to be. I guess I expected it to be easier. I guess it's one of those things, when you're telling somebody the truth and it falls upon deaf ears, it makes it really hard, especially when it involves something as critical as saving you. It's it's not a game what they're talking about here. This is like, and I know a lot of people have said, "Oh, the end of the world is this date or this date." I don't have a date, but I can tell you it's not far away. So it's kind of like that time you're spending connecting with yourself and reconnecting with the real you is so extremely important right now. Nothing else is more important than doing that and helping save the ones around you. There's nothing else more important right now. I got to do the same thing because I've got family members and stuff. They're not listening. So there may be some in my family that I can't. Can you imagine? I know that sounds like it would be impossible, but it's a reality. Some just aren't going to listen, you know? A lot of people didn't listen to Adonai when he incarnated. He had the same problem. People not listening. But I guess that's just a way it is. And I just have to figure out ways around it as best I can. But yeah, when you self-love, you come from a place of inner strength and confidence from your solar plexus. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like when you bring your true self out, keep it that way. Bring it out. Keep bringing it out. And eventually it'll just stick. Okay? You'll also start having memories that you didn't have before. Memories of a past, a very distinct one, sometimes multiple. And finding that is very, very exciting. It's kind of weird, but it's very exciting. So do your best to keep up with that work because, like I said, right now, it's the most important thing you can do is reconnecting with your true self and then helping others do that too. They'll see the energy coming from you. They'll sense it, they'll feel it. And hopefully that'll make them want it too. I just feel like it's kind of game time, to say the least. Anyway, anybody got any information to share? Um, I really don't have an opinion on the Gospel of Thomas. I would have to revisit it because it's been long enough and there's been so many in between that I would have to revisit it. But like I said, most of the text have been dinked with. So you always have to look at those books from that perspective. Think about the virus handled them, translated them. So you always look at it from that angle. If that helps, I hope it does. I would have to revisit to really give an honest opinion on it. Um, yeah, Sir Steve, that's correct. All the books have good information in there, yeah. Because they have to leave the truth in there. Part of their gameplay. Unfortunately, they have that thing. So, I mean, it's fortunate for us because at least we're getting some inklings, right? Of the truth. Ooh, you've been connecting dots on your ancestry. Oh, okay. A lot of people have been doing that, I've noticed. Yeah. Yep. There's a certain thing that happens with the eyes with somebody that's really awake. There's definitely something to the eyes. The eyes really are the windows of the soul. That's no joke. But anyway, I hope you guys have an extremely lovely coming week. Remember, keep doing that inner work. Don't forget about doing you. Because right now, doing you is more important than anything else. And do try to get the information to friends, loved ones, and stuff because I just feel like time is short and it takes time to get that reconnecting with your true self, the real you inside. That takes a little time for some people, some longer than others. And it's not one of those things where everybody is not going to have a second chance at doing that. It's going to be way more comfortable, I have a feeling, getting it out of the way early. If you get my drift. Let's see. CB, what you saw in me was cold and valerian tea. I drank too much. Oh, yeah, I noticed. Miss Tammy had a stream this morning and I visited it. And I could tell her energy seemed off. Something wasn't quite right. And I was a little worried about her. Okay, well, I'm glad you're okay. And it's just tea and stuff. Yeah, it's actually cool here. I'm actually wearing a sweatshirt because it's cool enough here. But I love fall. So I'm like digging the cool weather for sure. But yeah. Anyway, I do adore you guys. If anybody needs to contact me about anything, any questions or anything else, my email is criticalbreak@outlook.com. And I will be doing more videos. I've got so many things planned, but the research seems to take me away from some of the things I do have planned, but I have them written down. I'll get to them. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely week, and I will talk to you all very soon. Take care. Inner, true self, little kid that loves to play. Out, past the stars, and back 1,000 times. I love you guys. Adoration, absolutely. Later.